Happy Mother's Day. Today I want to talk about internalized misogyny, women's rights. I want to talk more about my additional thoughts about the abortion argument and victim blaming. So this is going to be a big one. So first off, I just want to preface this that regardless of what your beliefs are, I want to see if we can actually entertain this thought fully. I don't really care if you agree with me on this. I just want to see if your mind is capable of thinking of perspectives that are outside of your own. I want to see if your mind is capable of at least understanding the points that I'm going to be sharing with. And regardless if you agree or not, doesn't matter. I just want to see if you are able to understand the positions that I'm going to be presenting here today. Fully understand them. All right? So let's steel man this, not straw man this, all right? So, internalized misogyny, what is that? It is whenever women are internalizing the misogynistic messages from society that they are somehow inferior. This could be women are not capable of being leaders, women are irrational, irresponsible. There's some of the things that they're told or that they internalize about themselves, that women are somehow blamed for sexual assault and rape. Yeah, that's a big one. In fact, sorry if my mind goes off and on with this, but I was at the gym. I go there 5 a.m. every morning, and I just couldn't help but see this. There's this poster there, and it had clothes of victims of sexual assault, and it said that these women were blamed based off of their assault experiences because of what they were wearing, and it showed their clothes. And I just couldn't help but feel really mad and disgusted, because if this was your mom, happy Mother's Day, by the way. If this was your mom, would you really, those of you who are victim blamers, would you really say that if your mom got raped, would you really be saying that she is at fault because of what she was wearing? Would you really? Men, women, regardless, everybody can be a victim of sexual assault, and perpetrators can be anybody, regardless of your gender. And are we really going to blame the victim and not the perpetrator? I think we blame the victim because we're so uncomfortable with the idea that rape can happen without any reason, without the victim not doing anything at all, with them just being a woman, being a man, being a person in this world. It can happen to even the kindest hearted people. And so what I think is the issue here is we're just uncomfortable as a society with taking responsibility with this, and our policies really aren't changing with this. We're not really educating the public on what it means to consent, what it really means. And this stuff, it goes into the abortion debate as well, and it goes into sex work as well. Like, we are prosecuting sex workers, which, a lot of them are victims of sex trafficking, but there are some people that do choose, quote unquote choose, internalized misogyny, whichever you want to call it. There is internalized misogyny that plays into it, that, for some reason, women are able to get paid a lot of money for selling their bodies out on the internet or out to somebody. We have a society that is so messed up that we allow women to be exploited. We allow them to exploit themselves by selling their bodies out for money, for views, for likes, for approval. This is where we're at. It's frustrating, but it's an issue I'm passionate about because I just see so many complex issues with it. And then with the whole abortion thing, I want to just highlight, I try to present that mini-part series as unbiased as I could. I try to present the strongest points from both sides of the argument, but I think it's just time that I make my position clear that I do support women's rights. Regardless of if you agree with me, I do support women's rights to abort for any reason that they might need to have. And the reason why is because I trust women's decisions over their body. I trust that they know what is best for them in any moment in their life. Sure, they might not make the right decisions, just like how I might not make all the right decisions, but I still want us to respect and give rights to everybody with that. And I just want to highlight some of the arguments here that I didn't quite touch on in that series, is that if we outlaw abortion completely, then basically we are going to make abortions more riskier, because people are going to still get abortions. If we outlaw abortion, people are still going to get abortions, right? They're still going to get them. In the same way, if we outlaw guns, right, people are still going to get them, which is kind of interesting, because people who are pro-life, they would argue that, well, we're just going to have guns, you know, we're not going to ban guns because all the criminals are still going to get them anyway, right? But we don't apply that same logic to the abortion debate, because if we just prevent women from getting abortions, they're still going to find ways to get abortions. It's just going to be more riskier. It's going to put their health at risk, and it's going to be more financially costly for them to travel to different states and all that stuff to get the procedure done. So, and also you have to consider that a lot of the people that were pro-life or anti-choice, I like to call it, because this really is anti-women's choice. You're not really giving the women any say. You're not really putting her point of view in as a priority. You're just putting the unborn fetus as more of a priority than the woman.